Talo Falava. Let's have Dr. John Peterson and TE2 Edge Sports Cards here. Hope everybody's doing well. It is an early morning here on Monday, start of the week here in Richfield. Coming at you live and direct from the Twin Cities, Minnesota. First, I want to give some shout outs to Brent Pearson from Minnesota. I won't say where exactly from, but Brent, I hope you get a chance to watch this episode and look forward to responding to your comments from yesterday. Yeah, the 92 Flair Ultra, 93 Flair Ultra, love it. Particularly love the 92 Flair Ultra All-Stars, which I think are just fantastic cards. Here's an example of one. These cards come out real clean. They're pretty high value in terms of resale. You can get 92 Flair Ultra Series 2 boxes for pretty cheap. And I just love the look of these cards. It's a great set. I think there's 20 cards in the set. And you're looking at pulling 2 per box of each player, maybe not. I don't know. It's kind of tough to say, but you get, I would say, 1 All-Star for every 4 packs. I think there's been some boxes where I got 9, and then 1 box I didn't get any. So it just kind of depends. So anyway, that's kind of fun. So thank you, Brett. Great to hear from you, and hopefully you get a chance to watch this. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, all that good stuff. I appreciate the comments. Love to hear from people. I got some interesting comments from someone regarding my cracking of CSG and PSA slabs and buying from BVG and sending stuff here and sending stuff there. Totally get it. I know it seems like it's kind of all over the place, but there's a method to the madness, and hopefully my explanation and the comments made sense if you end up watching this again, whoever put that comment in. Again, you can find me on eBay, RJP2532, and I currently have my MySlabs account suspended. Oh my gosh, I forgot to buy a 1956 Topps Eddie Matthews from a buyer, and you get 24 hours on MySlabs to pay for your purchase. So if you don't pay for it, they auto deactivate your account. So currently requesting humbly and apologizing for not paying, and happy to pay that seller full price for the card just to get back into MySlabs. So yeah, it sucks, but it's the way it goes. So yeah, check out the videos if you haven't already. Try and put content up at least 3-4 times a week. Been slowing down just a tiny bit here lately, but have some CSG slabs coming in that I'll do a reveal on, and have some more wax coming in. So check out the videos. Love to hear from you. Today we've got a box of 1996 Flair baseball. Picked this up off of eBay, did some research on the product. Don't have any Flair baseball. Only have a couple of Flair basketball cards, Kobe Bryant's from 96 and 97. And just wanted to give this a shot. I did watch a few YouTube videos on the different years, and of course 93 was the inaugural year. This is their super premium product for Flair. 97 was a great year from what I've heard. 99 was a really good year. 2002 not so much. They changed the style and the card stock. And 94, 95 so. 96 pretty solid. So right now I'm going to chase some Griffey, of course, but this time I'm going to also chase Derek Jeter. Let's see if we can get a Jeter. The cards are split into I think, what is it, 2 different, what does this say here? All 400 base cards were printed on either gold or silver foil. Thus, each player has a gold and silver variation of their base card. However, unlike a traditional parallel, half the total production run was in silver and the other half was in gold. So really, in terms of variation or insert ratio or whatever, excuse me, not insert ratio, on the base set, let me get this right, half were printed in gold, half were printed in silver. In terms of inserts, we're looking at Power Line, that's 1-6, Diamond Cuts 1-20, Wave of the Future 1-72, and Hot Gloves was 1-90. So if we hit a Hot Gloves in this of a decent player, that would be fantastic. All right, without any further ado, I'm gonna open up this box. It cost me $200 on eBay. I think it was listed for about $175. I did a fair amount of research on it and thought that that price was pretty reasonable. Oh, this is cool. I never bought any of this product. I was in college at the time, so I didn't pick any of this up. So looks like we've got hobby packs that are in boxes. So we'll pull these out. Start off with this group here. And we will put them there so you can see them. And then we'll start off by opening up this box. This is pretty involved putting the cards into a box like this, although I suppose it protects the card at a higher level, which is nice. Hopefully these cards aren't bricked in any way. I would think that they wouldn't be, but you never can tell. Wow, look at this. I'm just gonna cut this. I always have a scissors ready. Oh, first card is a power line. Okay, that's cool. Albert Bell. Power line is 1 in 6. 1 in 6 packs, so it's not bad. Bell's not much of a investment at this point, but back in the day he was pretty solid. And you know me, I'm always going to try and be careful here with opening of the packs. Washed my hands this morning, so shouldn't have to worry about any. Oh man, these are nice. These are really nice. I've never opened up a pack of Flair. Really nice stock. So you can see they got the thicker card stock with these. So we'll set aside the power line. These are pretty cool. Oh my gosh, yeah, nice. Got a Smoltz. Yeah, and I don't recall if there were multiple boxes of this available or what. 200 a box is not the most expensive box that I've ever bought, but definitely more expensive than buying junk wax. Okay, these are pretty tight. Yeah, it'd be really cool to get a Jeter. It wouldn't. I don't think it would be Jeter's Flair rookie necessarily. I don't know. Actually, I don't really know what his Flair rookie card is. I don't know if there's a 95 of him or 96. I guess I'd have to do a little research on that. Okay. The nice thing is that these are not bricked or stuck together in any way. It's one of the unfortunate parts about glossy cards that have a glossy finish. It's really hard to determine if they're bricked or not. I mean, you can kind of tell if you open up if you hold the box. The box feels really like hard. Sometimes you can tell, but other times not. Oh, there's a Maddox. Set that aside. So I wouldn't necessarily consider this junk wax. I will categorize this something different than, maybe I'll call it Super Premium Chronicles. I don't know, something different than junk wax though, because this really isn't This wouldn't fall into the category of junk wax. Maybe just a regular box break. Not to be confused with breaking. Another power line. It'd be lovely to get a Griffey power line. I don't know if there is a Griffey power line. I would assume there is. Matt Williams power line. It's kind of an interesting design. I think when this came out, the word was so-so about the power line look. And these are in there tight. So any kind of a Griffey, Jeter, gold, silver insert would be great. Definitely a premium cardstock. Glasgow. No big hits yet. Yeah, I like doing this sort of thing as much as buying singles off of eBay or trading or selling. Rip and wax is kind of fundamental to the hobby. I don't do breaks either. I don't get involved in breaks, and I don't do I don't participate in breaks, and I also don't do breaks myself. Just not really my thing yet. Maybe it will be someday, but not right at this time. Another power line. This is a Sosa. Okay, that's 3. It's pretty good. Yeah, so thinking about taking a look at Whatnot and maybe giving that a try. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if do they do graded slabs on Whatnot, or is it all like raw? I've never watched an auction. I don't even know if it is an auction. Maybe I'm saying that wrong. I don't know. If you know, let me know. What is Whatnot? I've been on the site one time. I'm gonna leave this power line here. I should put all the power line cards up there. Andres Galarraga. Yeah, just looking for other ways. I was kind of bummed out about the My Slabs thing. That was totally my oversight. I thought I had paid for it. It wasn't like I was trying to get out of paying for it. Of course, I'm a huge proponent of My Slabs. I think it's awesome. I wish I could sell all my cards on My Slabs and not have to use eBay ever to sell cards, because it's just so much more cost efficient. Although I will say, on eBay, the fees are deductible if you run a business. If you're doing cards as a business, and you are paying fees for eBay, whether it's through promotional fees to get your card promoted, or it's just fees on the back end for selling cards, those are deductible. Oh, looks like we got something, a die cut inside here. You can see in there. So the fees are deductible for your taxes. At least that's what my accountant said. I'm not an accountant, so don't quote me on that. Let It Be a Griffey. Hot Hands. Bobby Jones. Roberto Alomar. Okay. He's a Hall of Famer. That is sweet. Definitely get that graded. That is really cool. Oh, looks like there's a little tiny bit of card loss up there. Still might get it graded though. That's all right, get it in the frame. Nice. Super cool card. All right, so that's pretty good. That's good luck, because that's the insertion rate on the hot gloves is 1 out of 90. What, 90 packs? That's fantastic. If I get a second one, that'll be even better. Oh my goodness. These packs are super tightly sealed. Now, of course, the 96 Flair basketball has the 96 Kobe. Oh, wow, another power line. This one's a Manny. I love Manny. I know people might be down on him. I don't even know how you can be down on Manny Ramirez. He's just an incredible hitter, production-wise, his slugging percentage. I mean, just all of it. Basically, from the mid-90s to the mid-2000s, he was in a class by himself. I'm getting this open slowly but surely. Just don't want to damage any of the corners. It's the last thing you want to do when you spend $200 on a box of cards. That's cool. So let's see what this says. It says, many possess a lightning stroke that is smooth and oh so sweet. He overcomes his looping swing with quick wrists that allow him to get to almost any pitch, then uses his strength to drill the ball to all fields. Ramirez is so polished at the plate that it is easy to forget just how young he is. So I've got a high school card of this guy, and I'm getting graded right now. So I'm looking forward to getting that back. Oh, here's a Tony Gwynn. Tony Gwynn. Gold. Look at that. Got a Puckett. That's worth getting graded up here in the Twin Cities. Maybe even the Gwynn. Don't know what it's worth though. Oh my gosh, a Pedro. Nice. An Edgar Martinez and a Barry Larkin. Are you kidding me? What? What? Oh my God. That's unbelievable. So in one pack, Edgar Martinez, Hall of Famer. Barry Larkin, Hall of Famer. Pedro, Hall of Famer. Or will be. He should be right now, I think. I think he is. Kirby, Hall of Famer. Tony Gwynn, Hall of Famer. And Ramirez, who, for all practical purposes, should be a Hall of Famer. That pack was nice. Very nice. Maybe not tons of value there, but in terms of just star power and Hall of Fame power, that is an incredible pack. Looks like we've got 12 more packs left. So hopefully you're enjoying this. That was cool. And I don't know how prevalent these are in terms of like at shows and stuff. How many people have these for sale? Man, these are like vacuum sealed. So I was saying that the Kobe Flair. There we go. I can pull it out of there without having to cut it. From 96, 97 is, those cards are very valuable. They have row 1, row 0, row 2, all that sort of thing. Legacy, Showcase. I don't know if they have that for this. I would think they do. These are, I haven't seen it. I've gotten all base so far, so. Sean Berry. Pudge Rodriguez. He's a Hall of Famer. Bernie Williams. Not probably going to make the Hall, but a great Yankee player nonetheless. He's kind of an all-time great. I think I don't mean, how many World Series did he win? Maybe 4, 5, 6? I guess I could have done this part off camera, but oh well. It's not taking too long. We're at 20 minutes right now, so hopefully get this wrapped up in the next 15, 20 minutes. Usually opening a box for me takes about 40 minutes. And based on the insights, some people do watch the whole 40 minutes. All right, get this cut. Whoa, oh, I thought that was Griffey, shoot. Actually, I should check the packs to see if Griffey's on the front of the back, or Cheater for that matter. If he's on the back, I probably shouldn't open the pack. Joe Nunnally, never heard of him. Never heard of Joe Nunnally. Carl Everett, I've heard of. Travis Fry. Jeff Suppan. Eric Hansen. Vinny Castilla. Not much there. Yeah, no way to really open these other than what I'm doing. Yeah, so trying to put a variety of content out there. I know that a lot of people do shows and, you know, they do video of them going to the airport and different stuff like that, which I think is awesome. I love it, actually. I think it's Card Collector 2, Ryan, Breakout Cards, Ryan, Mojo, all those guys. Mad props to those guys for, I mean, they're giving us content from the field and bearing all the costs. Just so that we get a chance to see what's happening in the hobby at shows, because I think shows really are in many ways the lifeblood of the hobby. That's where the community probably is the strongest, and I'm really appreciative of those guys that do that type of content. I don't have the latitude, because I have a family and work, to travel as much as those guys do, so I really appreciate it. My content is more focused on at my table here. Sometimes I do videos where I, you can see me, but a lot of my content lately has just been here at the table, opening up wax, taking a look at graded reveals. Another Castilla. Oh, wow. There's a Doc Gooden as a Yankee. So, I don't know. Everybody's got their own kind of niche within the content creator universe for YouTube, for sports cards, and this is really kind of mine. Once we get into basketball, I'll probably transition more of the content to basketball. But since we're doing baseball season right now, or in baseball, sticking mostly to that. Of course, football's coming up. I have a 2014 Topps Chrome football case. If you're interested in that, holler at me. The Topps Chrome product is nice. I opened up, I think 3 or 4 boxes of that. I bought some 2014 Topps Chrome and some 2014 Bowman Chrome football, mostly because of the Adams rookie. I was kind of speculating on the Packers making the Super Bowl. and winning the Super Bowl, and Adams having just a phenomenal season as a receiver again. But there's Carr, there's Odell Beckham Jr., there's Aaron Donald, which I did well on those because the Rams won the Super Bowl and he was the MVP. Yeah, so come check out that Topps Chrome product. I think it's auctioned at $3,250 right now. Oh my God, Fernando was pitching in '96. Holy smokes, I had no idea. He was a phenom back in 1981 when the Dodgers won the World Series. Paul Sorrento. Yep. Nothing major there. This is a 400 card set. Was released in July of '96. So a box has, let's see here, there's 395 player cards and 5 checklists. 1 to 6 to 1 to 90. Yeah, so to get the Hot Hands card, I think is pretty cool. Alomar, that's 1 in 90 for the insertion ratio, excuse me. So if you like these videos, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. Definitely leave me a comment. What's on the back here? Not Jeter or Griffey. Try cutting it this way. See if we can just speed this up a little bit. Yep, that works. These are beautiful cards though. See why the box was a couple $100. Look like we have any inserts here. Andujar Cedeno. Oh, there we go. There's the Jeter. Oh my goodness. Look at that. That is a sweet, sweet card. That is cool. And that looks like it's gold. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. And it looks like it is based on his stats in the back. It looks like it could be a rookie card. The thing about these super premium cards is they come out so clean. I mean, just look at the corners on this. I don't know. I think why wouldn't this be a 9.5 or a 10? Let me get this in a card saver. Hopefully I can safely get it in here. This seems to be, I have huge hands if you haven't noticed that. Sometimes my hands get in the way of the video, so sometimes it's hard for me to get the card in there. My hands are so big. Just in a semi-rigid. Yeah, given that PSA prices have come down, I'm trying to get more cards graded by PSA. Right now I'm using Got Baseball cards. Their service level is $22. It's like 7 to 8 months to get the cards back from PSA, but I think that's going to speed up as they get through the backlog. I mean, they've got tons of people now working for PSA grading cards. They're grading hundreds of thousands of cards, well, a month or year. I'm not even sure. It's a lot. I know Neo Cards and Comics does a piece on how many cards they're grading. So, but I'll probably send this into PSA just to get some more PSA slabs. I got tons of CSG, excuse me, tons of CSG slabs, which is good because that's my long-term play. But in terms of just moving cards and having the capacity to sell cards, PSA definitely is a better option right now. For the cards that I do sell, not on auction. I would not recommend you do auction with CSG. It is not you do not get the value for CSG slabbed cards that you do for PSA. But for people who buy CSG slabs on my slabs, I have found that you can get pretty comparable prices for stuff in CSG slabs. Man, these packages are borderline ridiculously tightly packaged. It's like impossible to get the scissors in there. It's like not a whole lot to cut on the outside. So the Jeter, that's basically the main chase card other than the Griffey Jr. The McGuire is worth some money, but of course the McGuire doesn't have quite the same upside as Jeter and Griffey because it's, well, I guess it could have upside because he hasn't made it to the Hall, but if McGuire doesn't make it to the Hall, his cards are always going to be like at a lower premium. Ditto for Bonds. Todd Van Poppel, this guy was a phenom. Ken Caminiti. Timmy Raines. Hey, Tim Raines is a Hall of Famer. Put him in the Hall of Fame pile. Another Martinez. Another Maddox. It's two Maddoxes. I always get a lot of Greg Maddux cards. Edgar Martinez. So I have to be honest with you, I did buy a box of 93 Flair. That was really cheap. That was like 40 bucks, 50 bucks. That's the inaugural set. I think those cards look great. The look of the 93 Flair is beautiful. Those cards come out so nice. I would say even nicer than these. Nicer than this? I don't know, because he's not in the 93 Flair set. The Captain. Looks like there's a new kind of mini-series or program out on him from the same folks that produced The Last Dance. So looking forward to checking that out. I don't know a ton about Jeter, about his background, other than he was an amazing player, amazing leader. I think he's a top 5 all-time great Yankee. I put him up there with, what do you got, Babe Ruth, Lou Gehrig, Joe DiMaggio, Mickey Mantle, and, it's tough, Yogi Berra. People forget Yogi Berra won 3 consecutive MVPs as a catcher. The only other catcher that's won that many MVPs, I think, is Roy Campanella. They won them about the same time in the 50s. Gary Gaetti. So, I don't know. I think Jeter's a top 5. Based on the number of World Series that he won. I think, what did he win? 6 World Series? I have to go back and look. How many All-Star appearances? Must be close to 20. Or 15. I'll have to look at Jeter's stats. I haven't looked at his stats in a while, so. But I personally think he's top 5 for the Yankees, which is no small feat. Another good one. Oh, man, these cards are just so. This one's got a tiny print line on there. Well, I feel pretty good about this box. I don't know what the Jeter resells for out of 10. Oops. I end up cutting the shit out of myself here. I'm not careful. It's just so hard to get the scissors in there. If I get one more hit, I think I'll have gotten the box back. Just because some of the stars, the Hall of Fame star cards, will be Probably come back as Gem 10. I would hope. I would hope. One can hope, I guess. That's what I'm saying. The Jeter comes back as a 9. Not so sure. That for me really is the mark of winning with wax. Is if you can break even. If you can break even on your wax, you're doing great. Because usually wax is a losing proposition. That's why you really have to do a lot of research. You gotta look and see what the resale value is for cards that are you're cracking open boxes for. Lenny Dykstra. Rusty Greer. Come on, Griffey. Joe Girardi. Also another Yankee. I don't know if he's a Yankee great, but definitely, if you're a Yankees fan, probably is a Yankee great. Coached them and won a bunch of World Series. I think the resale value on the Jeter is like probably 150 to 200. So this is a little bit riskier of a box for me. Usually I stick to the junk wax, 20 to 30 to 40 to maybe $50 for a box. Paul O'Neill, also another Yankee. That was another Girardi. Look at that. Wow, 2 in 2 packs. I take a Rodriguez, an A-Rod. This is right around A-Rod's rookie year. I think in that Jeter program, they're going to talk a little bit about Jeter's relationship with Rodriguez. Here we got him right here. Jeter, A-Rod, 96 Metal Universe. The one on the right is a Platinum Edition. The one on the left is just a base. John Smoltz, Hall of Fame pitcher. Now we just need Glavine. Eckersley, Hall of Fame pitcher. One of the greatest relievers of all time. Jaime Navarro. All right, 3 packs left. 3 packs left to hit a Griffey. Let's go. Let's go, baby. Let's get this going. Excuse me. We've got the Jeter. Or an insert, a big insert. And gigantic hands out of the way. Cecil Fielder. Oh my God, look at that on the back. On the back of the pack. Are you kidding me? I'm sending that in. Are you kidding me? That's incredible. Holy shit. So I don't know, can I get this graded by PSA? Will they grade this? And if so, what would it be worth? Yeah, I'm gonna have to check on that. That is cool as hell. Hell yeah. That's what I'm talking about. Now this is like probably, is this the silver? Looks like the silver. Let's compare it to this. Maybe these are both silvers. Yeah, they might both be silvers. I think this is 200 bucks. I don't see too many of these on eBay graded. I'll look it up, but I'm gonna keep that one in the pack. That's, hey, this is what I'm talking about. Now, you take a risk when you buy wax. But the thing about wax is like, yeah, you can keep it, but what's the point? Now, if it's a case, that's different. When you're breaking down a case, it depends, you know, like, do you want to sell the case? Do you want to sell the boxes out of the case from a sealed case? I mean, all that stuff matters. But if you're buying singletons or doubletons or even tripletons of wax, open that shit up. What's the point of just letting it sit? I mean, if you're looking to like sit on wax and resell it, you got to sit on it for a while. You know, you got to sit on it. And by that time, who knows what it's going to be worth, you know, and who knows what the damage could be to the cards. So for me, if I buy a box of wax like this, I'm not going to sit on it. I'm going to open it up. One, it's fun as hell to open it up. And two, I can make YouTube content out of it. And then probably third, you know, get it graded. It's all part of the process is what I'm saying. I mean, you open it up, you buy it, you research it, you find it, you buy it, you take a risk, you open it up, you hope that your investment pays off. This case, definitely, I'll get the money back on this box if I end up selling these. If I end up PCing them, great. If I don't ever sell these cards, I could care less. I'm not going to price point them just to sell them. But you pull them out of the packs, you put them in the semi-rigids and the penny sleeves in the semi-rigids. You send them in and you hope that you get a 10. I mean, I hope I get a 10 out of 10 on these two cards. PSA. I'm going to email Got Baseball Cards today, and I'm going to ask them, hey, do you grade packs of cards? Does PSA grade packs of cards? And if so, I'm going to package this up. I'm going to send it to PSA. I'm going to have them put it in a slab. Put the Griffey in a slab. I mean, there's 395 cards in the set plus 5 checklists. I bought one box and I got a Jeter and a Griffey showing on the back of a pack. That's incredible. And a Hot Hands, which is 1 out of 90. So I could have just sat on that box. But then, like, what's the point? Why buy it? Now, if you're running a shop and you're selling packs out of a shop, that's different. But I'm not going to sell packs online. That's not my thing. I mean, some people get into that. I mean, why would I do that? That's what BBCE does. They sell packs and boxes and cases. You know, if I'm doing an actual bricks and mortar store, that's totally different. You have to have wax to sell at a bricks and mortar. You know, but a virtual? Nah, man, I'm not getting into selling packs and boxes and shipping all that shit out. Hell no. Not me, man. I'd rather, sending out, let me tell you something. Sending out cards, unless it's a case, I'm sending stuff out in this. I ain't playing around with boxing all sorts of things up every single day and all that. I'm glad people do. Like whoever sent me this, they had it boxed up really nice. But that's not really my style. So part of it with the hobby and the investing and the collecting versus the business side of it, the selling side, the dealer side, you got to do what you enjoy. If you don't enjoy it, don't do it. Because you're going to end up hating it. Because this, honestly, this shit's a grind. And I'm not even playing. This shit ain't no, like, you know, cruise boat experience. There's a lot of work that goes into this. Like this, for example, I went through literally thousands of these cards to get this to a PSA 8. You might think, well, PSA 8, that's a pretty shitty grade. Well, first of all, do you have any idea how hard it is to even find these centered? It's next to impossible. I have hundreds of these Walter Paytons. So to have this in a PSA 8 is actually pretty amazing. These are pretty rare too. So I ended up going to the auction house. I looked at the tubs of these cards. There were like 6 of them, 3 different lots. I bid on the auction. Then I drove back another 45 minutes to an hour to pick them up and pay for them. Paid a lot of money for these cards. Not a small amount. I'm not going to say how much, but it was not small. And then to go through them, I had a table just littered with these cards, stacks of these. But part of it was, I did it because I enjoyed it. And it was a good thing to keep me busy. And, you know, during the pandemic and during the wintertime, there's a lot to do up here in Minnesota during a pandemic. So my point being, I'm not trying to be crabby. I'm just saying you have to do what you enjoy doing. If you enjoy spending $25, $30 on junk wax and opening it up and putting some content out there, then do it. If you don't enjoy it, then don't. But don't spend time buying cards. I'm going to put that in the Hall of Fame pile, by the way, even though he's not quite in the Hall of Fame yet. Don't spend time doing stuff or buying things that you don't want, that you don't like. Like every single card that I buy, I have a reason why I'm buying it. It's part of some project. It's part of completing a set. I want to get it graded. You know, and the resale part of it, yeah, I want to keep reselling stuff. That is the back end, partly because that's how you make money to invest in more cards or save money or get to the point where you can liquidate all your cards. I guess I haven't shared this with folks, but I came into a fair amount of money last year. I had an uncle who passed away, rest in love, Uncle Jack, and came into some money along, and I was the trustee of the estate. And so I was looking for a variety of ways to invest the money. Of course, I took some of it, invested it immediately into my house. I think that was about $35,000 to $40,000, and ended up buying his 2003 Harley Davidson limited edition 100th year anniversary Springer Softail motorcycle. There's a Larkin. And I'm gonna open this one though. And bought some of his firearms. So I own like about 8 rifles and a pistol of his and a whole bunch of ammunition, which I could probably sell for a decent amount. Paid off some debt, but had a good chunk of money just to do on cards. So like for me, it's not so much about just making money, it's about how I'm spending my time. And I really enjoy this. Like I really like making this video for you guys to watch. Look at that. Barry Larkin and Pedro. Really enjoy making these videos. It passes the time for me. It mitigates me being out in the community too much and getting COVID again, which I've already had, which totally sucked. I hated getting COVID. That shit is the worst, even if you are vaccinated. Trust me, if you're vaccinated and you get COVID, you ain't gonna like it because you gotta quarantine, you gotta do all that crap. So my point being, do what you love. If you can do this much, make it be stuff that you love. If you can do this much, make it be about stuff that you love in the hobby. And if you can do a ton of stuff, man, do a ton of stuff. If your budget allows for it, and do it. One of the things that I did is I decided to run this through my business, through my LLC. So I'm able to write off a lot of the expenses. I'm not able to write off the inventory, but I do write off the professional grading services, that's for sure. I write off the services to sell things on eBay, or FeeBay as they call it. Those fees are deductible. Plus, I had, I spent, what was it, a couple, $2,000-$3,000 and had an estate plan written up. So all the cards are in trust. So anything that is remaining, let's say I pass away next week, all right, and this card doesn't sell. This is in my trust, and it will be passed on through my estate plan to my heirs. And so when you think of it from that perspective, I would rather pass on at this point these cards than pass on stuff from a 401k. That's a headache. If you've ever been a trustee and have tried to liquidate a 401k or a stock option, oh my gosh, what a pain. And then the taxes you have to pay on it, right? So this is going to get passed down to my heirs, my children and my wife. And then the tax implications, yeah, I mean, will they have to pay taxes on them when they sell them? Well, I'm sales tax. My business is sales tax exempt, and the business is also a part of the trust. So you have to do your research. Like some people think, oh, I can't believe you're cracking open that PSA slab of that PSA 7 Hank Aaron and getting it into a CSG slab. Dude, I'm not saying like I'm smarter than you, but I am telling you that like you got to think about your long-term plan. If you're just buying cards to buy cards, that's cool. But the cards are a part of my long-term investment plan in addition to the business and in addition to collecting. So all these cards go into my trust, and they're going to be passed on to my heirs as items of tangible value. And then if they want to sell them, they can sell them. If they want to keep them, they can keep them. I mean, right now I'm sitting on a 57 top set, probably a 58 top set, quite a bit of the 56 top set, the big cards with the exception of the Williams and the Koufax. I've got pretty much everything else. Sitting on a 59 mostly completed set and sitting on mostly completed 60 set with all the stars. So I plan to go all in on these cards. I'm going to spend the money to get the cards graded. Yes, I'm going to spend some of the investment money from my business and some of the money from my inheritance through my uncle's estate. But when I'm gone, I'm going to have hopefully a really nice collection to pass on to my heirs. And they're not going to have to futz around with, you know, contacting the company and paying a whole bunch of fees and taxes to get the IRA traditional whatever, which I've done. I've done the traditional IRA Roth route, and it's a pain in the ass. You know, you can't take it out until you're a certain age. And if you die before you're that age, your heirs have to pay a fee and the taxes on it. It's like 30-some%. So passing on my wealth through these cards is an investment into my children and my wife should something happen to me, is basically what it comes down to. So what I would encourage folks to do is, if you want to do this as a business, hit me up. I'm happy to chat with you, talk on the phone. I've mentored, I don't know, 10 different people starting their own businesses, and always encourage people to look at the estate process. You have to protect your assets. One of those things you have to protect your assets from is tax liability. You have to do it legally, okay? You don't want to get in trouble with the IRS, and you certainly don't want to defraud the federal government. That is not what you want to do. So you definitely have to pay your taxes. But how much you pay in taxes within reason and above the bar, you get to decide. You get to determine that. You know, I made over 6 figures last year in my business. And ended up paying a good amount of taxes because I made more than I thought I was going to. This year, I'm spending down a little more and going to be deducting more in terms of expenses and hopefully not have to pay as much in taxes. Of course, I'll pay some. Of course, that goes without saying. Death and taxes are the only things that are going to be around forever. So anyway, that's kind of a soapbox. I don't usually do this in the videos, but you know, you have to think through what it is you want to do. Have I taken some losses on the cards? Absolutely. Absolutely. Have I gotten some wins? Absolutely. When it's all said and done and I pass on all these slabs and all this raw vintage and stuff that I'm sitting on, will there be some value there? Yeah, absolutely. Because I've invested the time into it. Not just the money, but all this time that I spend on these cards is worth something and has value. It has value because I enjoy it. I really like opening up a box and pulling this out and showing it to you all, right? And this, I mean, how awesome is that? These cards are like, what, 23, 24, what, 24 years old? Wait, let me do the math. 2006, 2016, plus another 8 years. So that's 28 years. These cards are 28 years. These are almost 3 decades old. And look at how nice they look. To be able to pull these out of a box that's almost 3 decades old. In 96, I was 22 years old. All I was doing was drinking and partying and working and going to school. So anyway, my point being, do what you love, do what you enjoy. If the hobby brings you stress, get the F out. If you're feeling stressed out about it, get out. Don't be stressed out about it. Do only what you can afford and what you can do, you know, and, you know, if your thing is to get I got $120,000 in business line of credit. Do I use it? Of course I do. Of course I do. My credit score is like 830. So why wouldn't I get some business line of credit? Do I use it all? Absolutely not. But am I continually working to build up my business credit score? Absolutely, yes. You want to have a good business credit score because at some point, I may want to buy a $50,000 card and flip it, right? I may. The first year I did my business, I took a $50,000 loss. The first year of my business. And that was like in 2018. That wasn't that long ago. And this year I was up over 6 figures. So get at me if you want to learn how to do this as a business. I know a lot of people don't watch my videos, but you know, I'm happy to help anyone else that needs help. For me, it's not just about only collecting. It's about investing. It's about dealing. It's about business. It's about learning new things. The market treats you pretty fairly. I mean, you get what you put into the market. You put some research and time into it, you're going to do okay. If not, you're going to get crushed. I don't really mess with ultra modern product right now. It's just too risky. It's too risky of a proposition. And the cost is just ridiculous. $2,000 for a hobby box from 2021, 2022? No, I'd rather spend $2,000 on a Topps Chrome traded box that possibly has a pool holes and or an Ichiro refractor in it. You know, I'd rather spend it on that. I'd rather spend $750 at BBCE on their special, which is going right now, for a box of 1982 Topps football, and potentially pull out a Montana second year, or a Lawrence Taylor rookie card, or a Ronnie Lott rookie card. Now, I'm an older guy. I'm 47. You know, I'm not like 15 years old and 20 years old and doing breaks. But to me, this is just as exciting as a break that gives you a Mac Jones card that's worth $40,000. Would I like a Mac Jones card for $40,000? Hell yeah, I'd like a Mac Jones card for like $80,000 or $40,000. I'd like one for $2,000. But am I willing to spend $2,000 on a box of cards to get a Mac Jones who is unproven? No, no way. I'd rather spend $200 and pull these two guys out and get a win on this and this of maybe $500 and take that invested in something else. You know, invested in maybe this, right? And see how I do on this. So anyway, that's a long speech. Didn't mean to really put that in there. But I just thought I'd share my thoughts on this, and hopefully some of it resonates with you. And if it doesn't, rip the best and ditch the rest. Man, I don't really give a funk. I'm doing it the way that I think I should do it based on the information that I have. I ask questions of different people. I watch tons of YouTube videos. I probably watch more YouTube videos than 95% of the people out there. Because I like to learn and I like to figure out how to do things. So overall, hope you have a blessed day. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. So much appreciate each of you. Please hit the like button. Please hit the subscribe button. And definitely leave me a comment. This is Leotal with Dr. John Peterson with TE2 Edge Sports Cards. Peace out. One love.